Welcome to Movement and Meditation. My name is Cindy. We are going to practice a 10-minute post-leg day stretch. We'll incorporate some mindful movement in today's practice, some conscious breath work. Let's begin in a seated position on our mat. If you have been working your legs, maybe you've been biking or walking, this is a wonderful practice for you. Taking a moment to bring the soles of the feet together to touch. Beginning our practice with some mindful movement, holding onto your ankles or your toes. Let's keep that back nice and flat. Arms are straight but not locked. Begin to move your knees up and down, creating some opening in the hip area, getting some blood flow going. And maybe closing your eyes here or softening your gaze and slowing down your breath, your in and out breath through your nose, but continuing in this fast-paced movement of the knees and hips. Getting some blood going here, really working on opening up the hip area, beginning to stretch out the legs that we work so hard on leg day. And notice the challenge of the fast movement and the slow breath. This is the same type of focus that you might use in your weightlifting or in your exercising. This helps elevate our internal awareness. And this practice will help us to bring that level of awareness to the gym. With your eyes closed, come to stillness. Take a moment just to feel that energy. With your hands under your knees, let's bring our knees all the way up to touch and coming onto our hands and knees in a tabletop position. Finding your wrists under your elbows, elbows under the shoulders, knees under the hips, toes can be curled or tops of the feet can be flat on the mat. We're going to do a couple of cat-cows here. So inhale through the nose, tilt the belly, tilt the tailbone, draw the shoulders back, raise the chin. Close your outer eye and gaze inwardly up. And now as you exhale, begin to tilt the tailbone, arch the back, push the shoulders into the, push your shoulders up nice and high, and push into the mat here. Big breath in through the nose, tilt the tailbone, drop the belly. Push into the earth, raise your chin. Internal gaze looks up. Exhale, tilt the tailbone, drop the belly, and bring the chin slowly towards the chest. Inner gaze is at the navel this time. Let's speed this up a little bit. Inhale, tilt the tailbone, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, tilt the tailbone, arch the back, gaze towards the navel. And come to a neutral spine here. We're going to take the right knee and bring it towards the right elbow and just swing that ankle out under the left arm into pigeon pose. From here, we're going to walk that back leg towards the back part of the mat. Beginning to rest here. Notice that the hips may want to move to the right or to the left. We really want to keep those hips nice and neutral here so that our shoulders are over our hips. For some people, they are very flexible and can bring the shin parallel to the top of the mat. That's not an option for me, but if that feels right for you, by all means, practice this in a way that feels safe. Remembering that pigeon pose is hard on the knee, and if it feels at all painful, this is the opportunity to back off. We do not want to be creating pain or tension, and we really want to make sure that that left leg is engaged, pushing into the earth, and maybe even pushing back a little bit further, ensuring again that our hips are neutral and not lifting over to one side or the other. Feel the stretch in the right hip, push it into the earth, Raise your chest, open the collarbones. Maybe looking up towards the sky. Big inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, maybe you'd like to take a minute to bring your elbows to the ground, and again, making sure that we're in a nice formation with those hips. This is, again, remembering that we're practicing virtually here. We really want to keep those legs and knees safe. Focus on your breath here. Keeping lots of space through the back of the neck. Pushing into the earth with that straight leg. Notice how that may change the physical sensation of the stretch. Consciously breathing in and out through the nose. Let's begin to gently rewind out of this pose. So taking our hands onto the mat, gently raising our upper body upright. Hands come towards us. And let's begin to bend and push back and find our way back into tabletop. We'll do that on the other side. Left knee comes towards the left elbow and swing that ankle out under the right arm. And begin to move back, push that straight leg towards the back of the mat. And again, watching those hips. Back is a little bit flatter here. So we're not looking to arch like this. We really want to keep a nice alignment through the back. Breathing in and out through the nose. Focusing on the physical sensation of the stretch, ensuring that we're not creating undue tension, pushing into the earth with that straight leg. Keeping that straight leg engaged. Breathing in and out through the nose. And with your next exhale, maybe let's bend those elbows, bringing the heart center a little bit closer to the mat. Ensuring that the hips are neutral, that we're not falling from left to right. Pigeon pose is a big stretch. Big stretch on the knee, big stretch on the thigh, the hip, the lower back. Staying safe again as we practice virtually. Breathing consciously in and out through the nose. Let's gently rewind out of this pose, bringing our hands to support us on the mat, inhaling, straightening our elbows, walking our hands back. And this time, let's just drop over onto the left hip, bringing our legs straight out in front. Pointing those toes all the way up and pushing into the earth with our hands by our side. Now my palms don't really reach the mat all the way, so I'm going to tent my fingers, pushing in, staff pose here. Shoulders over the hips. Toes point all the way up. Feet, legs, shoulders, torso, every muscle in your body is fully engaged here. Give it a big squeeze. Breathing in through the nose. Exhale, let it all go. Let's bring the sole of the right foot to the outside of the left knee. Give that leg a big hug. Left toes point to the sky. Feel the stretch in the right hip as we bring our torso, bring our heart center forward, really hugging that leg in and also pushing into the ground at the same time. Pushing into the ground with that straight leg, pushing into the ground with the sole of the right foot. Now let's release the right hand, but give that left hand a really good anchor on that leg. We're going to go into a twist here. Inhale, lift up through the heart center. Right hand comes behind you as a second spine and begin to gently, slowly rotate over to the right. Breathing in slowly. Closing your eyes here and maybe Gazing out past the shoulder, remembering to push into the earth so our lower body is fully engaged in this twist. The sole of the right foot pushes into the earth, and the heel of the left foot pushes into the earth. Breathe in through the nose, and as you exhale, very slowly come forward to center, bringing the right arm with you. Let's switch the cross of the legs, so right leg goes straight. The sole of the left foot rests on the mat on the outside of the right knee. Right toes point all the way to the sky. Give that leg a big hug. Hug that knee in towards your chest. Open your collarbones. Begin to feel the stretch in the left hip. Close your eyes here. Really push into the earth with the sole of that left foot. Feel how that changes the physicality of the stretch. And keep those right toes pointed. Right heel pushes into the earth. Create an anchor with your right hand under that knee. Left hand gently comes behind you as a second spine. Breathe in here, rise up. And as you exhale, let's gently rotate over to the left. Slow movement, continuing to push that right heel into the mat. Left sole of the foot also pushes into the mat, really keeping that stretch and the lower legs fully engaged. Breathe in, length through the spine. Exhale, maybe increasing the rotation. Eyes are closed here, and maybe you can gaze out past your left shoulder. Big inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, very slowly and gently begin to come forward, bringing your head forward, your shoulders, and your whole upper body. Left hand comes forward. Let's be our own best advocate and help that leg come straight. We're going into a forward fold. Knees can be as bent as you like them to be. Alternately, your knees can be straight. Do what feels right for your lower back. Toes are pointed to the sky. Eyes are closed. Bring your shoulders over your